Okay, picture this. June 22nd, 2025. Austin, Texas. A Tesla Robotaxi suddenly swerves into an oncoming lane. It stays there for like 10 seconds, the steering wheel just violently shaking left and right.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying. And then almost unbelievably, at practically the same moment, Elon Musk is on X, tweeting about a successful Robotaxi.
Right, he's boasting about 112 trips, nearly 500 miles driven. It's this massive disconnect.
It really is. A huge crack, as some described it, between this triumphant announcement and the, frankly, dangerous reality caught on camera.
Absolutely. So that's what we're diving into today, this huge conflict, the multi-trillion-dollar race for autonomous driving, competing stories, and what it all means for you.
A lot to unpack.
Definitely. So this Austin trial, let's get into the details. It was set up as a kind of social experiment, right?
Very controlled, yeah. Confined to just a 30-square-mile area, a geofence. They had so many 10, 20 Model Ys running.
And operating hours were 6 a.m. to midnight. But, and this seems key, they stopped the service if it rained or got foggy.
Which is a pretty direct nod to the limitations of their pure vision system, isn't it? It struggles when visibility isn't perfect.
And it wasn't really unmanned driving either, was it?
Not at all. I mean, every single car had a human safety officer in the passenger seat, ready to take over, plus remote monitors watching.
And the passengers, not just random folks hailing a cab.
No, they were sort of the chosen ones, invited Tesla fans, investors, influencers, handpicked, basically. Even the fare, $4.20, felt like a bit of a symbolic jab at regulators.
So from this setup, you got these two wildly different narratives emerging. Tell us about the believer side first.
Well, you had influential voices like Dan Ives at Wedbush. He took multiple rides and called it a huge success, a real turning point for commercialization.
Fans were ecstatic online.
Oh yeah, rave reviews. One tweet Musk himself retweeted basically said, "Today 1 car, next week 10, next year 1 million." Tesla's stock value actually jumped by almost $100 billion after this launch.
Wow. Okay, but then there's the other side, the skeptics reality.
And that's where those dashcam videos come in. It wasn't just the one wrong way incident. People reported phantom braking, the car just slamming on the brakes for no reason, jolting passengers, stops mid-road, speeding, even driving up onto curbs during drop-offs. Austin's own official AV accident tracker logged a safety concern on day 1, a Robotaxi braking suddenly near a parked police car.
So it's like this massive Rorschach test, depending on who you ask.
Exactly. You had Rob Maher, who was actually in the car that went the wrong way, kind of brushing it off, saying, oh, there were no other cars around, it wasn't a safety issue.
Seriously.
But then you have automotive tech expert Sam Abielsamid looking at the same footage and saying, hold on, this is alarming. He argued testing should stop immediately because the system makes random, inconsistent, but dangerous errors.
Such different takes. It really does feel like more than just a product launch. Like you said, almost a tech religious war.
That's a good way to put it. A fundamental clash in how you achieve AI driving. On one side, you have Tesla's approach, let's call it the visual church.
Relying just on cameras.
Pretty much. 8 or 9 cameras, their own FSD chip. The belief is, like humans, AI can eventually drive just by seeing. Their big selling point is scalability. The scalability gospel.
Meaning they can update existing cars?
Exactly. Millions of Teslas already on the road could theoretically become robo-taxis via software updates over the air, like an Airbnb for cars. Low hardware cost, massive potential network.
We saw the potential weakness, the Achilles heel, those edge cases like bad weather or bright sunlight.
Right. And you have the other camp, represented by Google's Waymo, the Redundancy
temple.
The cars are like fortresses of sensors. We're talking 29 cameras, 5 LiDAR units, multiple radars. It's all about having multiple different ways to perceive the world.
So if one sensor fails or struggles,
the others compensate. Their safety gospel emphasizes this multi-layered redundancy. And it's allowed them to operate commercially without safety drivers in several cities, clocking millions of miles.
But there's a catch there too, isn't there? The cost.
Oh, absolutely. Modifying a Jaguar I-Pace for Waymo costs upwards of $70,000. It's hugely expensive, which limits how fast they can scale up.
Whereas Tesla can make a Model 3 for around $28,000, and they're planning even cheaper purpose-built cybercabs.
So that's the core debate. Tesla solving for the general case, hoping scale and data fix the edges, versus Waymo engineering specifically for those tricky edge cases from the start.
And the prize is massive. Analysts talk about a multi-trillion-dollar market.
Yeah, ARK Invest thinks robotaxis could add over $1 trillion just to Tesla's value. They predict ride costs could drop to like 25 cents a mile.
Incredible numbers, but the current financial picture isn't quite there yet.
Far from it. Look at Waymo. Despite being ahead operationally, Alphabet's other bets division, which includes Waymo, lost over $1.2 billion in just the first quarter of 2025.
So what's the real competitive advantage, the moat here?
Well, Tesla argues it's their manufacturing scale, making millions of cars cheaply. Waymo argues the real scarcity is safe, reliable AI. They say car production can scale later, once the AI is truly solved.
And looming over all of this, regulation, the ultimate gatekeeper.
Definitely. The NHTSA is already looking into these Austin incidents. This is on top of their bigger investigation into FSD that led to that huge recall of 2.4 million Teslas.
The rules are different everywhere, right?
It's a total patchwork quilt in the US. Texas itself used to be very hands-off, but now they're requiring state permits for AVs. It's not just a tech race, it's navigating this complex legal maze.
So bringing it back to the listener, Austin feels like more than just a test drive. It feels like an igniting point.
It really does. It turned this sort of simmering tech Cold War into something much hotter, much more public. It's like a high-stakes public vote on AI's future.
And you mentioned the Iron Curtain of regulation is falling.
Slowly but surely. History is littered with self-driving hype cycles followed by disillusionment. We've been here before, in a way.
So the big question for you, for everyone watching this space, is this time really different? Is this the start of the golden age, or are we just seeing the end of the beginning again?
And maybe the winner isn't just the best algorithm. Maybe it's who can best juggle the tech, the economics, the regulations, and crucially, public trust. That's the real challenge.